Alpinestars Tech Air. So Tech Air, the idea started for Tech Air in 2001, so obviously we're getting close to almost 20 years since the original idea, right? The idea from us was essentially, how do we make riding safer, right? We start in racing, how do we make the guys that are pushing the limits the safest? So in 2005, we started putting data loggers on our athletes to kind of see, what data do we need to really kind of look at that and make an algorithm for an airbag. So now, almost every single Alpinestar, actually they all do, all Alpinestar athletes wear a version of the Tech Air. Some were prototypes, some were the off-the-shelf Tech Air that you can buy and that you see here today. So there are two versions. There's a race version and a street version. Now the coverage of them is pretty much the same. There's a little bit of differences. On the street version, it's a little bit more focused on the chest. And on the race version, it's a bit more focused on the shoulders and the collarbones. Obviously, with race accidents, it's a little bit more collarbone, shoulder injury, right, low side, high side. Street accidents, it's a little bit more maybe frontal impact. If you hit something hits you head on type thing. So we just want to make sure that we keep you the most safe. Now the way it works is there's 3 accelerometers and 1 gyroscope, as well as 2 argon canisters. The argon's what inflates it. Now the sensors are measuring every 2 milliseconds. So to put it in perspective, you blink an eye at 190 milliseconds. So it is it's measuring very, very quickly. So we can see a crash happening very quickly. So the idea with the Tech Air is that it will go off before you impact. So for example, on a street accident, a deer runs out in front of you, somebody pulls up in front of you. The idea is that the Tech Air will go off before you have that impact. Now with the inflation, you're going to see a 96% reduction in energy compared to a CE level 1 armor, and a 90% reduction in energy compared to a CE level 2. So you're going to have full chest, shoulders, collarbone, sides and kidney, and a full back. The back protector being a CE level 2 back protector. So if the system deems, something happens, let's say you just tip over, or something happens where the Tech Air doesn't seem to think that it needs to go off, you still have a functioning back protector. So it does have 25 hours of ride time, and it does have a quick charge feature, so 1 hour of charge is 4 hours of ride time. So even if you show up at, let's say, the racetrack and you forgot to charge it, throw it on in the morning, or as you're getting ready for the day, you have enough battery to get to the office or wherever you're going to go.
Standard USB charger?
Yeah, it's kind of a micro C type thing.
Yep.
But yeah, easy enough. You can plug it into a wall, plug it into a laptop. Honestly, I've done it in my work van before as I'm going to the track. So you can do it on a multiple different ways. So, all right, we'll blow it up first. We'll get you going here.
I also wear one of these when I ride, so if you have any questions as a rider, from a rider perspective, it's not
Attention exhibitors, time is now 11:30. The show will be opening.
Definitely around the ventilation
show
part.
will be opening in 25 minutes. Once again, we do open today at noon.
So it doesn't
Show
take
goes till 9
25
p.m.
milliseconds, right?
If you've
It will
not
rock
yet
up for about
picked up your
5 seconds.
credentials, your
It
badge
takes
and
about a minute
wristband,
and a
please
half to
come to the
deflate.
show office as soon as possible. You will now need them to get in and out of the show.
No, it's all good.
Once again, the show opens in 25 minutes.
So you
Please
can
come
see
get your
it, still
badges.
just-
Show opens at noon till 9 today. Have a great day,
Yeah, so the
everyone.
LED lights kind of tell you what's going on. So right now they're just kind of flashing as a setup because it's plugged into the laptop. But if he was fully armed and riding, it would
all
be
green.
all green. The green and yellow is standby. And then the red. When the red starts flashing as a low battery, you still have 2 hours of ride time. So even if you leave in the morning to ride to work and it's not super far, you have enough to get home and back for that same day. So, all right, are we ready?
Certainly.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. So there we are. I'll unplug you there. Go. Feel free to touch him. Feel it.
So it's
Yeah.
already deflating.
Yeah.
So you have 5 seconds of rock hard, and then it'll start to deflate.
Oh yeah. And you can move around. So
Yeah.
That's
Is it shocking when it goes, or?
shocking.
Spin around for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the big thing with the airbags and all of our compatible garments is they have increased stretch paneling. So the airbag, you actually don't feel anything on you. You might feel the jacket get a little bit tighter.
Goes out, it doesn't
Yeah, we
go
want the
inward.
air to go out, not in. So what we always recommend is that, with the airbag, they have to go into Tech Air compatible garments for that exact reason, right? If the air is going to go somewhere, we want it to go out. So very, very minimal. And if you see, he can move his arms. So, something happens, you can pick up your bike, you can get out of the way. If you're at the track, you can get up and keep going. The other thing with the track system is you actually have 2 deployments. So if you crash on a Friday and you're racing on Sunday, you're good for the whole weekend. On the street system, it uses both canisters. With the variables on the street accident, we just need it to go off faster, right? We don't know what's going on.
Milliseconds faster.
Milliseconds
so it makes
faster,
it-
yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, probably in the case of a street accident, you're probably going to be, whether it's the bike's going to be incapacitated or you might have a small injury that you're not on a track. You can get up and go again. On the street, it's got one deployment, it does its job, and now you got
Now you
probably
do it.
you're going to have to be dealing with insurance and all this other stuff, right? So it's not like you're in a rush to get back up on your bike. You keep going down the street. So So that's why.
Well, it's a question about insurance too, though. If they know that you're wearing gear like
So
this.
what we're trying, so in the U.S. we're trying to see if we can get that covered as like an insurance thing right now.
Kind of like if you.
Yeah,
you put your
it's
snow
not.
tires on, you
Yeah,
get a
it's not an
discount.
official thing yet, but it is something that there is discussion about.
What about for your hands? Because everything else was fine here, but now you've got your hands though. Is there talk about maybe having a one whole unit that fits completely?
Not yet.
And so they would expand on your hands?
No, I think most people. I mean, I don't have a pair of gloves on, but most people, anybody's riding the street is going to have some form of a street glove on.
Right, but they won't have something that inflates like this.
No, but I think if you, again, I wouldn't know, I couldn't say 100% for sure, but if you look at statistically and look at accidents, hand injuries are probably going to be very minimal. Where you're going to find hand injuries, which Alpinestars already takes care of, is most people, if they get into a slide, are going to put their hands down, right? And if you look, I always do this with my hand. If my hand splays, you see how your pinky goes quite far out from the rest of your fingers? So if you look at any Alpinestars, most sport gloves, they have the fusion, they bind the last two fingers. So that in the case of an accident, when you put your hand down now, these two are actually going to stay together. That's a stronger hold because you now have two fingers. So it actually has, I'm sure they can, again, statistically in track situations, they can prove that has probably saved a lot of racers' pinkies. If you go around the track and see a lot of the old school guys, there's a lot of pinky injuries.
But we can also say that they are testing, and they're not going to discuss how far along they're testing, but to go to the lower extremities.
Yeah, anybody that's seen MotoGP recently has definitely seen Maverick Vinales.
There's an actual stand-up with Dovey where it goes right down.
When they're testing it on their MotoGP riders, you know it's not far from coming to the mainstream.
So
and they're also testing on motocross.
Yeah. So in Dakar right now, all the Alpinestars riders are wearing a prototype Dakar Tech Air system.
And flat track as well.
And flat track as well. It's like Jared Mees, Ricky Brabeck, you name it, they're wearing one. The other one too is just the reduction in energy. So last year, I think it was, Josh Herron had a massive crash at another motorsports park. His right shoulder picked up 29 Gs. He walked away and was riding later that day. That's huge.
Wow.
Mark Marquez on some of the bigger crashes this year was doing about 27 Gs. Tech Air is really what allows him to win those championships, right? He's crashing once or twice a weekend, and that's thanks to Tech Air. He's had some shoulder issues in the past, but that's really what's keeping him kind of together and saving him.
Do we have many customers that are using it on the road where you've got testimonials where it's actually gone off and saved them?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been fortunate enough that I'm not going to give one of those testimonials yet. But if you want to know what it's like as a rider, I mean, I'm going to hope it never has to.
Yeah, so we have, I think it's over 1 million miles of road data, and just as many hours of just on track and road since we've been designing this thing. The other one too is that once it does go off, it's not a one-time use thing. You can send it back to our office in Torrance, California. We repack it, clean it, kind of overhaul the thing, and send it right back to you.
And what's the cost of that?
$300 US.
Okay.
They
And what's
turn it around within about a week, so depending on how you ship,
shipping
they'll reply it the same way. With
right now, lead times between about 3 to 4 days for it to turn around and leave the office. US. So really, the shipping time is really what's taking the longest. Right? So we're close to the time California, so you have that.
They do the service within usually 24 hours or so, but then it's the shipping. Go ahead.
So once it expands, then can I reuse that jacket?
The race. Yeah, it's not.
I can reuse it.
So that's the big thing with all the expansion panels is that we design it so it doesn't go off the seam. So like on the race suits, you can have guys that can have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, infinite amount of expansions and kind of deployments on a suit or a jacket. It just depends on how the garment holds up in the accident, right? If this thing gets shredded on an accident or the suit you burn through, again, you have to replace that, but there's nothing to stop you from just having a limited amount of.
This is the same system right here.
Yes.
So Alpinestars has various colors in their zippers. So if you have, there's all black zipper is.
Yeah, the yellow one basically dictates on the inside of the jacket.
This is a Tech Air compatible product. So if you have a yellow zipper inside,
so you'll see here.
you're going to see that that's a Tech Air compatible
it's
jacket.
all standalone. So once you put it in the jacket or the suit,
So you zip it in. You can wear that jacket without your Tech Air if you so choose to. So if you're traveling, when I'm riding, I ride with my Tech Air, but I only have one jacket with me, so I'll take the liner out. And then when I'm out just walking around, if it's a rally or something, I'm comfortable in my jacket. I don't feel like I'm not walking around with this. I can tell you that it feels a little bit cumbersome, but if you're used to wearing a back protector when you ride, as you should, it's not any different than that.
How about ventilation? Like the car using them, I mean, that tells you that it's got to breathe somewhat, but that's a concern looking at that.
Yeah, so for big things, we offer a variety of products, right? So the Andes Pro here has got some big ventilation. We do offer a full mesh guide too. So
Okay.
if it does get a little warmer out,
show
you
the
have
bag.
a full mesh. So yes, you are wearing basically an airbag around you, but the way we design it and the way we design all the ventilation and all the Tech Air compatible garments, they're all
rode
hitting
it.
kind of the pressure points.
I rode for about 3 hours one way. It was about on the 401 in Ontario. About I gotta say 80. It was at least 28 degrees Celsius. And on the 401, of course, hotter, stuck in traffic. I can tell you, I was getting hot. But would I be getting hot anyway on a motorcycle? Yes, you would be. You absolutely would be. But when you're moving, you have really good ventilation. But I want to be able to show inside of this. Because what this is, I mean, it's totally perforated liner. And then this is perforated. So you're getting the wind flow. If you have a jacket that has really good ventilation and you open the vents on it, you're not feeling this at all. So when you stop, yes, it's not unlike if you have your liner in your jacket that you forgot to take out before you went for a ride, or if it got hot through the day and you're wearing the liner. It is like that, and I say that as a rider. So when I'm walking around, I can take that out and I'm comfortable in my jacket. So you're on a motorcycle and it's 28 degrees outside.
Can you open that again?
So what this is too is there's an airbag in there, and I don't know if we can actually access it. I don't think we can get it out. Nick, I don't know if we can get the airbag out of there or not.
No, it's in there.
Yeah, but so what it is it's not like one bag or a couple of pillows. It's like lots of little pillows.
Right.
So that's why it explodes and blows up and deploys so quickly, because it fills small sections instead of having to fill one big section.
So again, heaven forbid that you have to actually utilize this.
Yes.
But if I was involved in an accident that I had to utilize it, would I have to replace all the airbags?
No.
So the airbags, if it was the street system, correct, once it gets sent down to Torrance, we do a full repack. So the argon canisters are...
Okay, so then I've got to basically ship it back to the manufacturer to say, can I use it again? So I can't just go aftermarket and say, hey, Parts Canada, I'd like to get a couple of airbags.
We don't service it in Canada. It services directly at Alpinestars because they have technicians that they will do a full diagnostic test on it as well.
Yeah. Check to make sure the firmware,
sure
the batteries are all good, but the airbag itself is physically attached to the argon canisters. So when they pull it out, right, it's everything at once. But we'll wash it, check everything. So it's, we want to make sure that the whole thing is functioning, right? If something, God forbid, were to happen and some part of this wasn't functioning and all you did was replace the canisters, we don't want to have a situation like that, right? It's a liability for you, liability for us. So it's always best we're just going to full diagnostic, check everything and send it back to you.
What's the opportunity for cleaning it when you're just general use and you get sweaty or whatever? Can you actually clean this, or?
Kind of. I mean, the whole thing is technically waterproof. So if you remember, there was a where Lorenzo jumped in the pond. Wearing Tech Air, it didn't go off. Like, it was still functioning when he got out. So unless you shot a pressure washer up the holes, it's pretty waterproof. I've had some guys just kind of take some light soap and water type thing and just kind of rub it down.
Yeah,
and
you're
hose
not
it off
putting it in the washing machine.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious because it is a real.
But I have no sort of sprayed away.
So retail price on something like this then?
In Canada, it's $1,500 retail.
Okay.
And then, of course, you're having your compatible garments with that.
So just the way this gentleman was dressed here, how much is that jacket? You're probably over
$650 for the jacket, and then obviously $350.
So okay.
But the difference is if you have the race system, if you also ride on the street as a race rider or a track day rider, you can buy jackets that are compatible for street use as well. And so what you do is you change the firmware over,
you
and my husband does that.
Move it around.
So you can change it to become a street jacket. So at that point, if you're riding it as a street system, both canisters will deploy. So then if you're going back on the track, you have to change the firmware back over. It is a smart system, so you plug it in with USB to your computer. You do all of that online with your in your portal. You have your own portal, and then you just transfer it over. So it can act, the race system can act as a street or race. The difference is in the fit, really, because the race system to fit under a set of leathers that has to be really tight. Leathers have to fit snugly to be the most efficient. So it's a much smaller system. It fits a little snugger. So the jackets that are compatible are a more Euro fitting jacket, whereas the street system fits more of a touring jacket. a little more spacious.
There was something announced in the last week or so that Alpinestars, I think, had a new generation of
Yes,
this.
so that is going to be Tech Air 5. Tech Air 5 is going to be a universal system.
Okay.
So basically, as long as you have 4 centimeters of space around your chest, you can order any textile or leather jacket. But it's going to be a little bit lighter. It's definitely be a little bit more breathable. There's an app, so you can kind of update it via the app. You can upload emergency contact info. So it's just a better way to get to the market, make it a little bit more feasible. Pricing in Canada, I'm unsure of at the moment, but U.S. pricing will be $699.
I believe it's around
Yeah, I think that's
Wow.
what it weights out to. But yes, that's the one that was just launched at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas this week.
I definitely love to try one of those out. So
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're working on that.
Okay.
It's going to hit the U.S. market probably March. Up here is a little bit different, so we're working on trying to figure out when that will be.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, it's a lot lighter, a lot thinner, but it gives you more options, right? Where the Tech Air garments, we definitely had a pretty good range, but now you're open up to wearing anything, right? Any Alpinestars garment in our catalog, you now will have an airbag coverage.
excellent.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's a great presentation.
Cool, thanks guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Again, if you need any of the marketing assets, I gave you my contact information. If you have any other questions, I can introduce you or connect you to Alpinestars Media, and they can help.
Great.
Perfect.
Really appreciate it.